I am so glad you are here. It is Energy Sunday in my world. My name is Liz. Let's get into it. Let's talk about Reiki. Does Reiki work? Does it have an effect? Is it a positive thing? Should we be doing it? Is it a complete waste of your money? I'm going to get a little technical on you now. Just to be clear, this is a methodology of health and healing that has been studied again and again and again over the years, generally with positive results. Has it always been perfect? No, but that gets into who is doing the Reiki, how are they trained? You start to get into the nitty gritty. But I'm a little technical with you because somebody last year put together a great meta study. Now, meta study or a meta analysis is an article in a scientific journal, usually, that takes a whole bunch of studies on one thing and looks at all of their conclusions and all of their research to determine if they are overall saying yay to whatever it is or nay to whatever it is that the studies were looking at. And so this one came out about a year ago, in fact, just over a year ago. And it's one of my faves. I thought we should take a look at it. This was, where did it appear? Oh, I'm not seeing where it appeared, but I'm looking at PubMed. So you can find these kinds of studies and at least their abstracts and conclusions on PubMed for yourself. So please go look. But this looked at a number of different studies. None of them had large sample sizes. So it's by combining them all that you start to get a sample size that gives at least a little weight to what their conclusions are, especially if they all kind of came to the same conclusion or similar conclusions. And these did. So the review involved 661 participants that were at least 14 years old, so at least old enough to be able to say, yes, I liked it. No, I didn't like it. Yes, it helped. No, it didn't help, without too much of a desire to please the person they're answering the question for. That's always a factor in every study, but minimal if you're talking about 14 and up. And it asked about their quality of life post Reiki therapy. And how many sessions they had varied a little. But the conclusion they reached, and I want to actually quote it here, the summary of the conclusion. Therefore, it was recommended that patients with cancer, surgical patients, chronic illnesses, and general population receive acute Reiki therapy sessions, at least 20 minutes, or Reiki therapy with sufficient frequency, 8 or more sessions, and duration, 60 or more minutes, to enhance their quality of life. So is that healing? Is that health? It's not from a very traditional American Medical Association perspective. You've got to remember, though, that our medical system came into prominence and, in fact, kicked everyone else out of healing by being company doctors. That's kind of where the AMA got its start, if you look at the history of it. So the goal was never, at least initially, was never, are you having a good life? Are you physically comfortable in your body? Or do you feel like you are at your peak health? It was rather, can you schlep yourself to work appropriately dressed and fed? Okay, then we're done. We're good. We're good. That's all we're looking for, really. And I would argue that there are a lot of test results that are considered acceptable by the AMA that aren't what I would call health. They are what I would call functional. Can you schlep yourself to and from work, clothed and fed? That's not health to me. It's never been health to me. And these Reiki studies suggest that your life is made better with therapies like Reiki. And I find that fascinating, that helps, that someone spending 20 to 60 minutes with you, 20 minutes, by the way, is usually a half-hour appointment because you need time to get into the space, sign the consent form, take shoes off. I recommend no shoes at least. Lay down or sit down in whatever sort of recliner or massage table the practitioner is using. And you're going to need a couple minutes to just put yourself together when it's in. Take a deep breath, get up slowly, get shoes on, maybe have some water. These are all normal practices. So a 20-minute session would be a 30-minute appointment. I would expect an hour-long session to really be about 50 minutes of Reiki. Even though you get to talk during Reiki with your practitioner, that's normal too. It's okay to ask questions, make comments, say, I feel lighter here, or I feel strange there. Those are all important communications for you to make to advocate for your own best care. But it's profound to me that a process as simple and as amazing as Reiki can be shown again and again and again in multiple studies to enhance quality of life, which begs the question, what is health? Is health functionality, or is health having a decent quality of life? Is it about the life and the pursuit of happiness with liberty, or is it just about having a life? You still breathing, or are you breathing with a smile on your face? That's what Reiki is all about. It's the difference between survival and happiness, functionality and a decent life. So if you haven't tried Reiki and you've ever been interested, by all means, contact a local Reiki practitioner near you. You're welcome to make an appointment to see me. Love doing this stuff. And I hope you have a wonderful, energizing week in a positive way. On behalf of myself and the rest of the crew here at Megas Books, thank you so much for being your best magical you. It's what we all love about you. And of course, we appreciate the little magical things you can do here for us in social media land. I hope to see you soon here at the shop in Minneapolis, Megas Books, or online at megasbooks.com. Blessed be.